Hello and welcome to PolicyWatch by Policytv. I'm Miberon Omoloju. Today we're taking the conversation around the new tax law in a slightly different direction, one that reflects the reality many Nigerians are quietly dealing with. And that is this question: if you lose your job or your income drops, what happens to your taxes? This is important because income in Nigeria is not always stable. Jobs are lost, contracts end, businesses slow down. Some months are good, others are not. For many Nigerians, freelancers, private sector workers, small business owners, income is irregular. So, the idea of taxation cannot be separated from economic vulnerability. In many developed countries, taxes are designed with this reality in mind. Take Germany, for example. A Nigerian doctor living and working there recently shared his experience on X, explaining that although he pays a high percentage of his income in taxes, he sees direct benefits. One of the key things he mentioned was that if he loses his job, the government supports him with about 60% of his previous income while he searches for another job. Now, that support is not charity. It is tied to the taxes and social contributions he has consistently paid. This is how taxation works as a social safety net. When you're earning, you contribute. When life happens, job loss, illness, family changes, the system supports you until you gain stability. Countries like the UK, Canada, and others operate similar systems where unemployment benefits, healthcare coverage, and social support are built into tax structure. Now, let's bring this home. Under Nigeria's current tax framework, including the new tax law, tax obligations are largely tied to active income. Losing a job in Nigeria often means losing everything at once: your income, healthcare access, and financial security. There is no structured unemployment benefit system funded through taxes that supports people while they look for another job. So, taxes are paid during good times, but during hard times, citizens are mostly left to fend for themselves. This is where the conversation needs to shift. If we truly want tax compliance to improve, the system must acknowledge that income is not always stable. A tax system that works for citizens must be flexible, humane, and responsive to economic realities. If there's one change that would make taxes feel fair to Nigerians, is to link taxes to temporary income support. If someone has been working and paying taxes and then loses their job or experiences a serious drop in income, the system should respond with a short-term support, not permanently and not as handouts, but as a structured buffer that gives people time to recover. A few months of support can be the difference between getting back on your feet and falling into debt, eviction, or even poverty. Now, this works because it reflects real life. Life can happen to anyone. So when people know that paying taxes also means they will not be abandoned when things go wrong, compliance improves naturally. And until taxes comes with that reassurance, they will always feel like an extra burden rather than a tool for shared progress. Thank you all for joining me on this conversation. I'm Miberon Omoloju, and I'll see you all in our next episode. Goodbye.